It's fair to say there's been a lot of criticism of Sir Lewis Hamilton this year in 2025, not least from himself as well, particularly at the Hungarian Grand Prix weekend. The guy said he was literally useless, and a lot of people are agreeing with that sentiment, and I can see why people would agree with that sentiment, but he's also a 7-time world champion. However, taking the comments of random people on the internet who don't know what they're talking about, I don't think Hamilton will really care about that. That's fair enough, really. But his former drivers, the former drivers of Ferrari as well, the legends of the sport of the past, their opinion does hold weight. You might not agree with them, but they, in a sense, know what they're talking about a lot more than you do, probably, because they've been there. They've been in Hamilton's shoes, effectively, at Ferrari, in the case of drivers like Jean Alesi. I love Jean Alesi. What a driver he was back in the day. Could have achieved more, should have achieved more. Still though, a Ferrari legend nonetheless. A real favourite of the Tifosi to this very day. I think he was on the podium in 2016 doing the interviews. The crowd below absolutely loved him at Monza, and I don't blame them. Such a thoroughly likeable person. But he has really questioned the mindset of Sir Lewis Hamilton here at Ferrari. Let's have a look at what the French Sicilian has had to say about Hamilton at Ferrari. Full article on the F1 Chronicle, guys, as always. Former Ferrari driver Jean Alesi has added his voice to the growing chorus questioning Sir Lewis Hamilton's current mindset at Ferrari, following the 7-time world champion's comments after the Hungarian Grand Prix. Hamilton described himself as useless after qualifying and suggested Ferrari get another driver, triggering widespread speculation about his motivation and future with the Maranello team. In my opinion, Hamilton's attitude is demoralising to those working around him, said Jean Alesi. Senna or Schumacher would never say that. The criticism echoes recent remarks from Ralf Schumacher and Bernie Ecclestone, who have both suggested that Hamilton should consider retirement. But others are still backing the British driver. Mercedes boss Toto Wolff, speaking to La Gazzetta dello Sport, defended Hamilton's approach during a difficult period. When he goes through difficult times, he takes responsibility, said Wolff. It's a characteristics of the greats. If they know they haven't been up to par, they don't blame the team but look within. Once this moment has passed, he'll come with the same motivation as always. Wolff also praised Ferrari's decision to retain team principal Frederic Vasseur, whose future had been in doubt until a new contract was announced last week. Any other choice would have been truly stupid, Wolff said. I've known Fred since we were in our early 20s, and I know his value as a motorsport man. I know his entrepreneurial vision and his strength. Having someone like him on your team is a blessing, and you have to remember how much time it takes in F1 to create a successful project. Probably mentioned it before, guys, but there was a book I read. I think it was by Nate Saunders. I might get his name wrong there. I do apologise if that's the case. But it's basically on about how Ferrari can win again. And it's all about 2025 as well and what they can do from here. And the basic kind of line through Ferrari's history in terms of their main success has been stability. Not necessarily with the drivers, although in some cases with the drivers, but more with the backroom people, the people who run the team itself, the aerodynamicists, the team principal, the hierarchy and everything like that. When that is set in stone for a long period of time, Ferrari do well. When it is falling apart and chopping and changing, they suffer. And that is a consistent theme through Ferrari's history. So, yeah, Frederic Vasseur staying at the team, 100% the right decision. I said that at the time and I stick by that. I think the main thing is, right, I do see what Toto Wolff is saying. I do agree that Senna and Schumacher would look within to try and improve themselves, to try and get something better out of the team as a whole performance, right? They also hold the team in the highest standards as well. But the difference is, Senna and Schumacher would never say what Hamilton said in public to the press. Saying those things behind closed doors is different. And I also don't think they'd probably say those things behind closed doors. They'd think them, maybe. Hamilton would think them as well. I'm not saying it's wrong to think that, but saying it publicly in the press like that, I think that might have been a misjudged move. But we know Hamilton is a very emotional person. He's a very emotional character. And that's, part of the reason why he's been so successful for so long. His attitude towards things. But I don't think that making the comments about him being useless were the most wise, really, personally. But I want to hear what you have to say in the comments below, guys, on this one. I see where Jean Alesi is coming from, and I see where Toto Wolff is coming from. But what do you think? Where are you coming from? Let us know in the comments below. Like, share, comment, subscribe as always, guys. Have a fantastic day wherever in the world today, and we'll see you very soon.